All right, what's up, everyone? 6:59, but we'll go ahead and start. I want to look through here and see who's in here. We got Aaron from A-Main. We got Yogi from Tandem. We got Cloud Drifters Marcus. Who else we got? Oh, yeah, real quick. Shout out to Star Shibata driver Hayato Yoshiba. Thanks for stopping in, dude. Glad you could join today. Hayato from Japan. We got Hector from Shibata US. Got Sean Morgan from SoCal. Let's see, where do we stop off on this car? We're doing part 2 of building this car. Yeah, we were right here, so got the knuckles, bag 10. Oh, everything's falling out of here. Let me know if the audio's good. Audio's good. The music's not too loud or anything. Some tools out here. That should be it. Okay, cool. Yeah, my voice should be pretty loud because like my face sits right by the phone. It's like right by my face, so. And then the speaker for the music's kind of off to the side. So bag 10, front knuckles. Oh, this would be a good point to start here. Shout out to Ike for let me use these aluminum version 1 knuckles. Might trade Aaron for some Y knuckle, but until those come in, I want to try these. So I actually want to open the stock knuckles here. I'm going to compare the geometry to these and see if these are actually the same. Oh, they're a little different actually. Yeah, there's a little bit more trail in the plastic knuckles, and then the bearing size is different. Bearing size in the axle is going to be different on these. These pickup points for the steering and the stoppers, that might be the same. There's an optional steering pickup point hole in the original knuckle that isn't on the aluminum, but yeah, I'll probably just go with the aluminums and see how it goes. Might have to make some alignment and Ackerman changes and whatnot to suit the aluminum knuckle, but yeah, the top ball stud point is a little bit different position than original, but I'll probably go with the aluminum one and we'll see how it goes. Oh, how do we get the video full screen? Sorry, let me turn that off. There we go. Sorry. But yeah, as I was saying, the original knuckle compared to the V1 aluminum knuckle, it's just a little bit different geometry. So I'm gonna go with these, but I'm more than likely gonna have to probably change the alignment a little bit. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. So plastic knuckle, not gonna use that, and then I will probably be changing the stopper on these just to see, because the original stopper is pretty thick. And then the ball cups for these, I want to take a look at those because I might have some Rev D ones that'll fit. So yeah, bearings are going to be different, so I can't use these. So I'll get the axles out at least, but I'm going to have to go with some different bearings, at least for the version 1 aluminum knuckles. Plastic hexes. Maybe see if I have some aluminum hexes that are like the same thickness. And these are the original stoppers that I'm probably not going to use on here. So bag extra parts, let's save that. Let me get some bearings for these. Pretty sure these are brand new. I still forgot a bunch of tools, so I'll probably wash these out once I get the car going. I'm gonna have enough in here. There's one. What's up, Austin? 1, 2. Grab my bit. Just kind of stuck together. 3 and 4. So those should be for the front axle. Anyone new in here? What's up, Griffin? Got Oaktown RC again. Got a lot of people joining in today. Thank you. So, the original bearing size is 850. It's a little bit smaller. It's like the same size bearing as the Galms and the RMXs. And then this new bearing for these is a 1050. It's a little bit more standard, like YD2 front, RD, SD, MD, Yokomo, and then the RDX uses this size bearing. Where are the pins for these? Up there, probably in here. But yeah, these ball cups, I mean, I'm willing to give them a shot as long as they're freed up and everything, but it seems like a lot of people have issues with the stock Shibata ball cups, so we'll see if there's any Rev D ones that are the correct length and will fit. Try to keep this as pretty close to stock manual spec as possible to start out with. And then I can make adjustments from there after I start driving it. Yeah, if, I mean, someone wants to make that happen. Fiato's still watching. Got 14 people watching. I don't know if he's still in here. Stock ball cups work good for you. Yeah, like I said, I'm willing to give them a shot, but I have seen a lot of people have issues with them. Depends on where I'm using them. If it's somewhere that's going to have a lot of suspension travel, I would probably prefer not to have something closed-ended. Austin, I feel like you have a like an old chassis that has the GS2 layout that you can use that day. Got a lot of ball studs here. Got 2 screws. Let's see. Spacers. And 5. Super long neck and medium neck. These are the super long. Yeah, these are the mediums. Okay. And the closest hole for stock geometry in the top of these was going to be this front hole, but it's still a little bit off. I'll just use the front hole. So 10-6, medium there for steering, and the bottom. So the super long neck is only for the top. Try to move this camera down a little bit. There we go. might have to adjust this bottom one. Looks like it's gonna bottom out on the bearing before I screw it all the way in. So I'll leave that one out for right now. This will go in the steering point. See a lot more people tuning in today. The first one I wanted to do last Saturday, but Saturday and Sunday I had to go up to A-Main to kind of help out with the new track layout. So super busy schedule for me almost all the way through this month, and then beginning of next month we'll be in Oregon for Tokyo Drift to Death at Drift PDX. So that should be fun. Where did these actually go? 10-2. Oh, they do go. No, they go on the stoppers, which I'm not going to use, so I should be able to use these for ball studs. So let me try these and see if that gives me enough room. Otherwise, I'm going to have to change this ball stud to something else. I think that should be alright. Yeah, we'll just do that. No, these are the version 1 aluminum knuckles. I'm going to trade someone for the Y knuckle because I needed black and they don't have black, so they have red and purple. And this guy has black and he wants to trade me for purple ones. So those should be coming in tomorrow or Wednesday. But I'm gonna try these first because I have the stock slide rack anyways. So we'll try that first and then see. I think I'm eventually gonna go with the 5R slide rack, so the Y knuckle will probably be a little bit more important once I do that. Yeah, bottom stud needs to be short thread because, yeah. But I got the spacer on here, so this should be an alright setup. These are still spinning, so we're good there. Ball cups for the steering links. Kind of mix these all up, but I think they're these ones, so a pack of Rev D ones here. The only one I did need to look at is one of these is short. 10.7 and no, they're both 10.7s. Alright, so they're both probably Rev D medium. Stock ball studs with hip bearing on the Y knuckle, yeah. You definitely have to make sure that your threads don't poke through on your knuckle, otherwise it'll seize your bearing up. Bringing the knob out to finals this year from Atlanta, yeah. We were talking about the knob a couple weeks ago. Like most of the distribution of the knob we think ended up on the West Coast, so it'll be cool seeing some knobs from other parts of the country. But yeah, over here we feel like most of them are ended up kind of on the West Coast, but we don't really know who bought them east. So yeah, if you guys got them, it'd be cool to see them. Who's got one? The mediums look about the same, so we'll need 4 Rev D mediums. 1, 2, 3. That's a short, and that's medium, so we'll use those. And hopefully the other ones match up for the rear linkage. This is, I kind of want to look ahead, so standard and short. I'm still going to need 2 more of these. I'll just set these aside right now. Hopefully I have another medium in here. That's long. I think this is medium. Yeah, and then the shorts. We'll see if the Rev D short ones work. Turnbuckle. These will save. Where do these screws go? That's for the stopper, so we actually don't need those. Alright, time to build linkages. 6.5 millimeters in between. Just put my battery in. If I need to get some short thread ball studs, I'm sure we have something around the shop that'll work. So not too worried about finding stuff as I go if I need it. Yeah, so really quick while we're on the subject and knuckle, slide rack, and everything in the front end, I did some tinkering with this thing off of camera between Thursday and now, just little minor stuff. The bushings back here for the arms I had to sand a little bit, so these are nice and free. But mainly I was messing with the bushings under this stock rack right here. Comes with one thick aluminum one and then a plastic one. And the plastic one was really tight on the slide rack post to where you could just push it and it would kind of stay in place. So if you pushed it down against the slide rack, it'd be really, really tight and not a lot of play, but it would kind of bind the slide rack up. But then when you pull the slide rack up a little bit and push that bushing up, it would be nice and free, but there'd be a lot of play. So I went and replaced that whole section of bushings and spacers with some of the Rev D palm spacers. I think I used four of the 2 mil palm spacers on each side. So I used 8 total, so I used that whole pack. And then I used one 1 mil palm spacer all the way to the top, and that was pretty much perfect. So it's nice and free now, and there's not like a whole lot of play. I mean, that's pretty much as good as I can get it. Like, I messed with little metal shims after that, and I got it pretty much to like within 0.1 of a millimeter. Like, if I add 0.1 millimeters on there, it'll start binding up. So this is pretty much as good as I can get the stock rack for now. I also have the Delrin rack bushings and then the Teflon spacers coming in for that, so I'm going to put those on there probably. And then that's probably about as good as I can get the stock rack. I'll play with that for a while, but like I said, eventually probably going to go 5R slide rack and then the Y knuckle. But I think for now this setup will be alright to kind of work with. Yeah, we had some top line ones in stock, but sold out of those, and a lot of my RC tools and stuff I leave at the shop, so I don't really actually have a lot of RC tools here. So that is left over from my car stuff, and it just sits on my fridge now. So sometimes when I have to work on RC stuff, I use it for RC stuff now. But yeah, shout out to Pittsburgh Tools Harbor Freight. I think these are also Pittsburgh. Oh no, I didn't take the Pittsburgh pliers home with me. Teflon shims come 1mm from bottom and 0.8mm for the top. Stock manual says 1mm plastic shims. Yeah, so once I get the Delrin Teflon stuff, I'll play around with it and check the spacing on everything. See how they go. But yeah, I want to really just optimize the stock rack as much as I can. I know it's not super desirable for most Shibata owners, but that's what I got right now. A lot of people getting into the more entry-level Shibatas and GS2s, that's what they're going to have. So, you know, not everyone wants to spend $120 on a whole slide rack right out of the gate. And then on top of that, if you need the knuckles too, it's another like $60. But the one part I definitely do want to change pretty soon is probably the upper and the lower front plastic arms. So hopefully I can get those soon. But yeah, like I said, for now I just want to try it in kind of box stock configuration, see how things go. See where we're at. Need to be at 6.5mm, but again, these knuckles have a different geometry, so I don't know if 6.5 is technically going to work for this setup. Already looks like a little bit of toe out, so we'll set it at 6.5 and see where we're at. I do want to check the total steering angle of these knuckles if I can on this side. Oh, it looks pretty good. If I need to, I also have the Yokomo 3mm stoppers in this bag, so can also go with those. What's going on, RJ? A little too much. This quarter is lame. Yeah, slide rack's definitely a good option. I mean, there is probably some room if you can get different posts to kind of adjust the height of this for bumps here, but it also doesn't have that forward tilt that the 5R slide rack has. So yeah, this is still definitely like a more kind of dated steering system, but I'm willing to work with it for now. See how it goes. So yeah, it might be alright there. Looks like there's decent clearance here too. A lot of people complain about these knuckles having a lot of intrusion with this linkage here on your lead wheel, but it's probably going to depend on your Ackerman. Yeah, there's a little bit of binding right there, but that's pretty parallel Ackerman right there. So we'll adjust this other side and see where we end up. Might be a little open on these settings, so yeah. We'll probably have to adjust the alignment for these front knuckles. Got Gilberto in here. What's going on, Anthony? What's going on, Javier? So this is pretty much box stock settings, but with the V1 knuckles, the aluminum knuckles. That looks like a lot of toe out to me, but yeah, the pickup points are a little different. Definitely looks way open on the trailing wheel, so yeah. Probably mess with the alignment before I actually start driving it, but at least that's pretty much set up to the manual spec. But then the addition of these knuckles kind of changes the settings, so. Alright, this for the spool is not needed, but I'll keep that in case I need to use a spool one day. Bag 11. It was fun doing that layout. It's pretty much done. We finished pretty much the tape lines on Sunday, and then Aaron's gonna go in and do maybe some final touches and beautification, but layout's pretty much done. So their track will be open Wednesday, Thursday this week, and then close down Friday for STC setup. And Saturday we got round 3. Should be fun. Yeah, nice. Yeah, Gilbert and AJ, shout out to them also. Gilbert, his dad, AJ, his son. Yeah, they definitely came through and helped big time also. What's going on, Dow? So bag 11. Going to use the rear knuckles, so need those. AJ, not RJ. Hector. Different guy. RJ didn't do anything yet, as far as I know. Okay, so short ball cups, I need to look at those. Spool spring, this is to hold the dog bones in, but we're going to be making a change there also, right there. That's what I need to get, probably. I'll get the axles out of here. So the short cups. Oh yeah, look at that. So anyone wondering, so far what I'm seeing with the original Shibata ball cups, they have a standard length, which is this one, and then they have the short one, which is that one. So far, from what I can tell, the Rev D medium, which is here, and the Rev D short or small, which is there, are matching up pretty well. I'll just take the caliper real quick and verify, but yeah, if you're looking to switch your ball cups out from the closed end type to something open, and you want to maintain your specs, you can just swap it out with some Rev D ones. So 1970, 1969 for Rev D. These ones are slightly longer, but also you have to account for the middle of the opening of the ball, because that's probably the important part right there. So I have about like 1575 there. We'll go on the Rev D. It's about 16, so maybe a little bit longer on the Rev D mediums, but it's pretty close. And the shorts I haven't actually measured yet. So total length on the shorts, 1712. Rev D short, 1691. But end to middle of the ball on the Rev D is about 12.9. For the Shibata, about like 12.8. So there might be small variance, but I would call it close enough to make it a good recommendation for bulk alternate ball cups if you need to swap those out. So since I have all of them already, I will just use the Rev D. 1, 2, 3. I think the other short one, put back over here, right there. Pins. Did I lose a screw already? What's going on, Liam? There's the other screw stuck in the hex. We'll do the hexes first, probably. So I did swap the original spool out with the optional gear diff. Original spool setup uses dog bones right there, and then standard kind of dog bone out drives. For the gear diff, if you switch, you're gonna have to get the GS2 universal joint conversion, which is what I have here. So this converts it to more traditional standard universal joint axle that we're used to, where you have kind of a one-piece axle versus a dog bone and this open cup. So that's what the spring's for, so I won't be needing those. Let me double check with these bearings, make sure everything's gonna go together properly. What's going on, Mike? Haven't seen you in a while. Yep, that looks good. assemble the axle first on one of these pieces. So dump these out into my tray. Maybe you already need hardware. Always a good idea to grease up any metal on metal stuff, especially in the axle territory. So again, thanks to Hector, I'm going to use some of the 1UP Gold anti-wear grease for that. Yeah, I forgot I dropped one of those screws out at the shop, so hopefully I can find another one in my spare screw parts case. We'll take a look in a second. We'll get this side done first, though. Yep, I'm definitely lubed up. Yeah, lube them up, but any of the excess on here, I usually just wipe it with paper towel because that will attract grease or dirt. One other part you do also want to grease, because I know as of right now the only company that's making out drives for Shibata that's wide enough to accept the plastic axle protectors. You definitely want to grease these pins right here, because this is a kind of metal on metal right there in the out drive. A lot of people complain about those. I haven't really had issues with them. I've actually had more issues using the differentials with the protectors on them if you don't maintain them. I've had issues with those kind of breaking before. But yeah, if you grease these up, you should not have too bad of wear issues right there. Now I'm probably gonna have to look for another screw for this side. What hole does it say to put the pin in? Doesn't really say what hole, but probably the bottom. But yeah, see, even this says black grease right there on the axle pin. So listen to the manual, guys, for the most part. Usually right. Okay. These screws, Phillips head, yes. So let me check this really quick. This one might be pretty good. Aaron from A-Main, if he's still watching, let me borrow this ProTech Phillips. Said he used it for his knob, so let me borrow this. Shout out to him. I'll give that back to him this Saturday when we do STC. But I will also probably be looking for a hex screw to replace this with if I can. I'm really, so far, honestly not enjoying having Phillips head screws on this car. So any screw that I can find in a hex head to replace the Phillips head ones, I will probably buy, no hesitation. But yeah, the screwdriver is working good. Okay. I need to throw these in here before I fix those. Ball stud on the top of the hub. Inside hole. JIS Phillips, yeah. I actually had a different screwdriver as like a household use screwdriver, but it actually had, it was marked PH1, so like Metrics Phillips #1. So I'm gonna probably either try to find another metric Phillips head screwdriver that'll work, or like I said, I'm just gonna get the sizes for them and try to convert them to hex screws, just standard RC stuff. I don't want to buy tools for a couple screws if I don't have to. Linkage first, and then I'll look for that other axle screw. Don't know if I have it. If I don't have it, then I will wait until Wednesday to finish that side. But yeah, these linkages right here, oh, it's all right there. 7.5 millimeters inside. And let me reference this again. Line inside. 11.5 is the short that goes on the inside of the car. Yeah, pretty much the same. I mean, I put the axles on, got the steering linkages, got one hub done. The shocks are going to take probably about an hour, but after that, do maybe a little poll on what kind of electronics might go into this thing. So we'll see how far I get, but I feel like I should be done by tonight. 7.5. Anyone else watching got a knob? If you got a knob, let me know if you like it. What kind of electronics you got on it, kind of setup you're running. Yeah, with that announcement of that new full HRP out of the box kit, I don't know. I might sell this eventually, or I don't know, sell it and get one of the HRP kits. Looks pretty nice. But I already have this, so I might just buy the 5R pieces and just convert it to a 5R if I want. Not too big of a deal. The price for entry of this car is a lot easier than a 5R, you know? Like $550 versus like $1,600. But yeah, if RJ really wants one, tell him to hit me up. I can probably track one down. Gonna have to pay for it. I definitely did not have cylinder 2 misfire today, Donovan, because my car doesn't have cylinders. So, sucks to be you. No misfire in the GS? Yes, that's very nice right there. Avalon. not a Rev D short ball cup. That is a 4.8. That looks 4.3. This is the wrong ball cup on here. You talk them into giving you a good deal on a Tesla since you work there, and we'll have that issue no more. Also 4.8. Alright, you gotta look for another Rev D short ball cup because apparently I don't have that here. Let's bring over all my stuff. Stock setup, aluminum short upper arms with single support shafts, gear diff, JSM cups, KO servo, RSX4. You like the RSX4? KGX gyro, Yokomo motor 13.5 and hobby ring. Yeah, I haven't seen a lot of people run the new KO stuff. Yeah, they could give you a Tesla and Elon wouldn't even notice. Mr. World's First Trillionaire. Probably got those ball cups out of here. Uh-oh, hopefully I have one Rev D short, otherwise that side is going to have to wait. All my stuff out here. Alright, cool, we gotta wait for that side. At least it should be mostly a roller today. Look at the other ones real quick. Should all be 4.8 though. Oh, that might be it. It's kind of chewed up though. Why knuckle? Wait, Anthony, you have a knob? I said knob, dude, not GS2, but yeah, white knuckle, Teflon Delrin on the rack, ball dip. They cut the stock spring. Alright, I guess if it works, it works, right? This is also 4.3. Man, I mixed all my ball cups up here. The Rev D ball cups kind of look like the Yokomo 4.8s. hopefully this is it. I think this is it. It should be the one. That's it. Alright, so now I just have to find a screw for the axle. Hopefully I have that screw in here somewhere. It'll be a very, very short set screw. What diff? I'm going to be running the gear differential instead of the spool. So there's a couple things I needed to change, like the axles, and I remember I opened the axle set at the shop and one of the screws fell out. I'm going to find that right now. I'm going to go through all my screws and see if I have a set screw short enough for the axle. Hopefully I do. Otherwise, I guess I'm not putting the axle together on one side. This is how I have to go through all my screws to find stuff. What's going on, Adam from Nevada? Thanks for tuning in, everyone. All right, let's see. Oh, that one might work. Set that one aside. Brand new car, you're gonna have a bunch of like mismatched hardware and ball cups and whatnot on there. Might take this opportunity to see if I can replace the Phillips that hold the lower hinge pins in with some hex heads. Maybe those will work. Screw there. I got one screw here that possibly might work, so hopefully it does. If not, I will just leave that axle until Wednesday, but we can still continue with the rest of the build. Not a big deal. This has been organized, like, yeah, I mean, I don't know, some of the stuff, like, I know I'm not going to use, so I should just take it out of here. I've tried to kind of downsize this as much as possible, but yeah, I have a lot of stuff. So, I mean, I know where most of the stuff is when I need it, so not too bad for me, but yeah, someone else looks at this probably looks like there's stuff thrown everywhere in here. Yeah, the magnet only works if you have steel screws. I never buy titanium screws for my car, but yeah, if you buy titanium screws, this won't work. But yeah, I have a whole pile of screws in here, and this is the only way I can get to the bottom of this compartment. But yeah, see, some of these screws won't pick them up because they're titanium or aluminum, so it doesn't work for all of them, but since I have a lot of steel screws, it works pretty good at picking up the majority of them. I did find a couple of screws that might work for the hinge pin holder in the rear lower arm, so I might replace those out right now if I can. We'll see if one of them fits. Alright, where were we? Linkage. Ball cup right here. Right? Yep. Alright, well, this linkage probably gonna have to wait until Wednesday, so can't build that side, which is fine. I just want to see if I can get this screw in this axle. If that doesn't work, then I'll wait on that too. So the axle will also have to wait until Wednesday. We'll see if one of these screws needs to replace this hinge pin holder though. Go on, Sergio. Thanks for tuning in. 2x3. Yeah, so this screw that holds the hinge pin in the rear hub right here, this screw can be replaced with a standard hex head if you don't like Phillips head screws, which I do not, so see if I can replace all of these right now. Alright, so linkage and the axle on this side is going to have to wait until Wednesday when I can go find some more parts at the shop for it. But in the meantime, we'll move on, keep going. Oh, the shocks. That's going to take me a while, so I'll put this off to the side. Another thing I don't have from the shop is a shock stand, so I went to the post office today to drop someone's order off and picked myself up a temporary shock stand here. At least you guys will probably be able to see what I'm doing a little bit better. So, bag 12. Let's see, can I put this like this? Gonna need that, probably gonna need calipers, shock pliers. Nice, I think this comes with the red optional Shibata diaphragms, which are the hards. I think I ordered those for myself anyway, so now I won't need them. Hopefully I cut those holes big enough to hold the shocks. Shout out again, Hector, giving me some 1-up shock O-ring grease. This stuff should be pretty similar use to the Team Associated green slime stuff, so I'll be using that today. Let's see what we got here. Got some 3-hole pistons. Comes with 3-hole pistons, hard diaphragms, and it comes with number 400 CST shock oil. So I'll be using just the stock stuff today, and we'll see how it goes. Any of the stuff off the table. And the shock shafts it comes with is 30mm HDFC. There is an optional gold titanium coated shaft. Purple bladders, 4-hole racing pistons. Yeah, I'm gonna try the out of the box. Red bladders are soft. Okay, so I think I ordered the hard ones, so maybe I will need to use those. Those should be also coming in on Wednesday. My E-clips on a magnet. Also didn't bring our E-clip tool, but I have a pair of pliers. Speaking of which, I'm gonna need those. Escape. This is gonna be my next personal car. So I'm currently selling my Pro Model RDX. It's on our website for $1,300, full electronics, and yeah, I'll be moving on to the GS2. We'll see how it goes. What's up, Danny? Yeah, I'll check the shock before I put oil in it. I'm usually pretty good at doing that. I'll double check it and see. There were some issues with, well, I don't think it was an issue, but Hector from the Shibata USA team, he had a GS2 plastic shocks, and I don't think they gave him any of the shims or spacers for it, so we ended up, I think, using the shims out of the 5R aluminum shocks, and they were not the right size, so the shocks we're binding up pretty bad. I feel like this package with the out-of-the-box aluminum shock should have all the correct hardware, but yeah, I'll double check it and see once I get these together. I dropped one of these E-clips a couple minutes ago, but I used the magnet to pick it out of the carpet, but I see they don't give you any extras, so be forewarned. I don't know if the other Shibata shock kits are like this, but they do not give you spare E-rings, so if you drop one and you don't have spares already, you better go find that one that you dropped. This is everyone's least favorite part about building brand new shocks, is trying to get these together. What's going on, Matt? After 8, I'm about to turn my air conditioning on real quick. It's hot in Sacramento right now. What's going on, Bert? Yeah, hopefully Mark can fix that RPX2 for you, because that is a now rare and expensive ESC to just kind of have to toss in the trash. It's good ESC though. I mean, I don't think Hayato's still in here. Hayato was in here earlier watching, and I know he's been running RPX2 for a while now. I'm not sure what he's running right now, but I know he for sure was on RPX2 for a long time. So if it's good enough for Hayato, I don't know, maybe it's good enough for me. We'll see in a little bit. I have one down on the floor here. Might let you guys choose what I run. It'll probably be between the RPX2 and the Jarvis XX. But yeah, RPX2 that I just got's really nice because it's blue, so it'll match the car. Not too many blue electronics right now. more of these companies start making blue cars, I bet you more manufacturers will also start manufacturing blue electronics. It would only make sense. IATA's on Brev. Oh, interesting. Yeah. Out of the current ESCs in production, I would say the Brev is probably the closest to the RPX2. At least for stuff that's currently being produced. I don't know, I haven't really tried many other ESCs that aren't from Japan. But, you know, since they do the whole RCDC thing, there's regulations on what electronics they can use. They try to stick with domestic electronics. These should be the pressure adjust caps, yep, pretty nice. This will be my first time working with the Shibata aluminum dampers. So excited to see how these go together. But yeah, Brev is really good. I mean, I pretty much ran the Brev for, I want to say at least like a year and a half. And I liked it. The only thing I didn't like about it was having to connect to the programmer to tune, but I didn't really have to constantly tune it anyways. So it was alright for me. Absolute 13.5 and Brev. It's a nice setup. But on this car, I'm gonna have to switch because I don't have another Brev. So let's see, we have O-rings. These are probably just for the adjuster then. Right here, I'll move the camera down just a little bit more. Hector's back. Well, another thing I don't have here, you'll have to look, but I don't think I have one. I don't have a paint pen that I usually mark the spring collar with. So yeah, even if I do finish most of this today, I'll still have a couple more things to do on Wednesday when we open again. But that's fine. It'll just be little touch-up things. Hector, did you hear someone said IATA's on a Brev? No, Hector from Shibata has been wanting to try a Brev. He has one that cuts out right now because the previous owner, I think, tapped reverse on it, but it's also kind of a conflict of interest for him since he's sponsored by AccuVance. But, you know, casual day, they can try whatever they want. Hardware on this is going together really nice. I know when I put big bores together, sometimes I screw the spring perch on. It's a little crunchy threading onto the shock body, but these are really nice. Can you buy these shocks separately? You can. They don't come in a whole kit because I was gonna stock them, but you have to buy everything separately, and there's like a lot of optional stuff. There's different length shock shaft. There's like 0 retainers, +2 retainers, I think. All sorts of different options. So yeah, that's the tough part about buying that stuff is basically have to buy everything in pieces. It's not like the Yokomo Big Bores or Tamiya sells their TRF shocks in like a full kit. So you have to piece everything together. I'm not sure if anyone in the US right now, outside of like DRGRK, is stocking all the pieces, but hopefully we can get them soon. Just figuring out all the pieces you need to get, and I was trying to just buy all the separate pieces together and then putting them in one kit, so you just buy the whole shock. Yeah, blue shocks aren't sold separately, but you can get red, black, purple. But yeah, if you have a secondhand GS2 that didn't come with them, or you know, or secondhand GRK5 or something, someone switched them, or you have GS2 and you want to upgrade to the aluminum shocks, they sell the aluminum dampers separately. They're all in pieces. But yeah, the pressure adjust caps will be something interesting to play with. I have had something similar to them in the past. I had the HRC compression caps. So playing with the rebound is not completely new to me. But it'll be nice to have these on a quick piece that you can adjust. I was also considering just putting some HRC nerds on this set, but maybe later on down the road, once I get into deep tuning with this car. I think we're about ready to start assembling these. Doesn't look like it comes with any other shims but the spacer in here. I know they have a like an optional spacer and shim kit. Comes with these white spacers and then some metal adjustment shims. Compression caps, yeah, the HRC compression caps, kind of a rare piece. HRC more than likely doesn't make them anymore, but it was kind of a mix of these and like the MST TDA caps, or like the overdose high grade shock caps, where you can unscrew part of the cap and it adjusts the overall shock length, and then it has a screw in the middle for venting, kind of like this. So you screw it all the way down, you have full rebound, you unscrew it, and then you lose the rebound out of your shock if that's what you want for it. I'm gonna use some of this 1-Up O-ring grease on here. But yeah, those caps are pretty hard to find. I think I have possibly 2 sets, but I think I only have one set left in my personal collection. So let me see see real quick here. 12/8. Okay, X-ring, shim, and then the rod guide. I'll do that. Usually do the O-ring grease, and then I'll drop a little bit of shock oil in there. And then the spacer. So if I look at the spacer, it looks like one side is completely flat. The other side has some grooves, kind of possibly for the X-ring. It doesn't show the grooves up towards the X-ring on this side. So I may install it opposite of what I thought I should install it. So I'll install it like the manual says, but we'll double check it. If there's any issues, then I'll flip it around and try it that way. Yeah, so we'll try with the flat side towards the X-ring, and then if that kind of binds up, I'll take it back out and flip it. This cap, I'll leave it loose on there. I'll grab one of the shock shaft and piston assemblies. We'll get some oil on there. Yeah, I would think the grooves face towards the X-ring normally, because I think that's usually how it is on, I think like the TRFs. Some of the TRFs have that spacer with a groove in it. But we'll see this way. Push that through. And then you guys have seen my shock building video. I'll just build it kind of how I know from that, and we'll check it and see. That's done. Yeah, easy B-dub. I'm not having any issues with it binding. And that should be snugged all the way down. Maybe a little tight, but not anything alarming. But I'll unscrew it and flip that spacer around and see. Yeah, Javier, 0.1 millimeter on the diameter. It doesn't seem like that would be enough to cause any binding issues, but might have had the grooves towards the X-ring on that. I thought I put it the other way. So I have the groove towards the X-ring on this one. Yeah, so easy V-dub. How exactly did you put your X-ring, the spacer, the shim, and then the cap and the shock shaft together? So if you put your O-ring and all your spacers and your rod guide and cap together and you snug that down first, and then you try to stick the shock shaft in, what can happen is the O-ring in the middle kind of goes crooked in the shock body, and then when you stick your shock shaft through, it doesn't sit center in the O-ring or your X-ring, so then you get binding. But if you stick your shock shaft in first and then tighten everything down, then it the shock shaft helps to center the O-ring and the shock before you get everything tightened down. Yeah, still not too much resistance there, just a little bit, but nothing alarming. So guess I'll keep going with that. These holes are good to use, so I'll use my little makeshift shock stand here. Yeah, now I feel a lot of resistance, but you know, there's 400 CST oil and a 3-hole piston in here, so it's gonna feel kind of tight. But we'll see once the whole damper is assembled. Say anything about rebound? Nope, just measurement for the ball cup. And I guess just build it at full rebound. Yeah, that's kind of weird, but I'm sure there's some machining tolerances in that, so. Oh, this X-ring stuck in here. Yeah, there might have been a couple batches where they machined the spacer a little bit too thick or something. The only thing that I could probably recommend is just taking a piece of sandpaper and just trying to sand it flat, but you know, there's human error involved in that, and you sand it crooked or something might make more problems than you already have. But yeah, that's probably what I would recommend outside of buying another spacer to replace it, and see if that helps. Kit came with one bad shock body. Was it like dented or something? I mean, I've seen someone dent a shock body, but it wasn't brand new. Yeah, we'll see. That was one that was good, but I still have 3 more here to go, so hopefully all of them are good. Piston would snag inside the body in 2 spots. Couldn't see anything. Did you examine the piston really carefully? These look machined, but a lot of kits, they have, you know, plastic pistons that need to be cut off a tree of parts, and if you don't deburr those good enough, then that burr will catch on the shock body. Yeah, this one's good too. I'll take a look at this one real quick. Yeah, I mean, this looks like a machined piston, so there shouldn't be any burrs on the outside of these that it can get stuck on. So yeah, it's kind of weird. Interesting kit. This will be the first kit that I run that probably runs this much damping, so we'll see how it runs. Used to running a little bit, but not quite 400 CST 3-hole piston damping. But from what it looks like, the GRK tuning is just on a whole different world. There seems to be a certain way that you have to tune GRKs to get the most performance out of them, so what seems unorthodox for some people, that might be the only thing that works on these cars. What brand of shock oil are you using? Just the kit included, 400. It's probably silicone, I can't say for sure, but clear oil like that's usually just silicone. Yeah, I'm just using manual spec. I'm not sure what the GS2 mod kits come with, but this kit comes with 400 CST. And I know Shibata just released a line of performance hyper oil that is mineral, so I think we're getting a few bottles of most of the weights in on that on Wednesday too. Yeah, 400 is pretty heavy. The standard Yokomo oil that people are used to is anywhere from 50 CST to 300. But some people like a little bit more damping. I started carrying like 1 or 2 bottles of like a 325 and or 375 and 425, I think, or somewhere in that range for someone that wants a little heavier oil. But yeah, I'm used to running around like the 2 to 300 range, depending on what pistons I have. But yeah, like I said, Shibata tuning's like on a whole different plane from what most of us are used to. So we'll have to see how it goes. Four-hole taper pistons. Yeah, 3-hole with 400, that's like nearly touring car range. I'm gonna try it and see, but if I have to make changes later, I'll make changes. Taper piston, I would really look at the taper piston before I use it, because based off of what I know from the Yokomo taper pistons, there's a lot of side-to-side shaft play with those pistons, specifically because of the piston design. These ones look pretty quality, not a lot of shaft play. Any damper that has the additional kind of shaft spacer, they usually don't have a whole lot of shaft play in them. So this seems like a pretty quality damper so far. Yeah, we'll see. You also have to remember the layout on the GS2 is, you know, all the weight's like really low, so low motor, low battery. Technically, ESC is supposed to be in the back, so it's a lot different layout than what most of us are used to for modern rear-wheel drive. Kind of an old school layout, so I'm interested to see how it does. But yeah, remember, mine's going to be a little different layout. I'll have the motor here, I'll have the ESC on this side, and then the battery will be a little bit high. Not super high like people are used to with high battery setups, but definitely higher than the stock configuration. So we'll see how it goes. Definitely feel pretty soft. Center motor, no, the motor's going to be off to one side. So motor technically is going to be standard position. The motor plate is going to go right here, so the motor will sit like right here, and the ESC will sit right here, and then the battery will be inline center. Yeah, HRP, I might go 5R transmission one day on this, but for now I'll stick with the stock layout and see how that works for me. But yeah, this chassis will basically be my ticket into the 5R and HRP world. Just gotta probably build it up there piece by piece. Once I sell it and get that new out of the box HRP set. But we'll see. We'll take a look at the spacer real quick. slight groove. This is the fourth shock, and yeah, this feels pretty normal, so I don't know, maybe got lucky with this one, or maybe got unlucky with yours V-dub. Mine seem to be alright. Yeah, with 400 CST oil, probably would have been beneficial for me to take our vacuum pump home. Alright, all finished with that. Thanks, Hector, for letting me use the 1-Up O-ring grease. We'll just wait for these to kind of bleed out. Take a look at the springs that this kit comes with. Because for the past 2, maybe even 3 years, I've been used to like really stiff progressive springs from Rev D. These have a progression on them, it looks like. So I think these are the fronts. Yeah, these are the fronts. And these are the rears. Rear's a little bit softer. And then the front's a little bit harder, but not nearly as hard as the Rev D springs. I did hear someone mention that the GRKs tend to like a little bit softer spring, so we'll see how that does. Started with this one. Should be wet, just need a little bit more oil. Time to seal this one up. Alright, so now that this one's sealed, we'll check it, and that seems alright. Not binding up or anything. A really slow damping effect from the 400 CST, but it seems alright. that third shot doesn't seem like it's rebounding as much as the others. I might have to pop the cap off again and check it. Probably just have a drop or two short of oil in it. I do have something that I can paint on the preload adjuster, so I might run and get that in a second here. Yeah, these are pretty nice. Yeah, let me crack this third one open again. Is I really don't like shot caps where the diaphragm gets stuck in there. So I'm gonna pry it out. Be careful not to tear this one. I'll refill this one and try it again. Probably just didn't put enough oil on this one. Yeah, I have these other three that are at least rebounding a little bit. That one comes back out. This one comes back out a little bit. It's this third one. It's kind of getting stuck in there. Check this adjuster screw. It's tight. So no, I'll try it one more time and then I'll probably just end up leaving it. flying out of there. Well, yeah, I think Wednesday I should be having the hard diaphragms come in, so next rebuild I'll put them in. But for now, I'll run these and see how they are. So time is a charm with this one, hopefully. This one's still stuck. Well, I'll leave that one like that. I'm gonna go wash my hands with this shock oil real quick. I'm gonna go look for some paint for those preload collars. I will be right back. So, I thought I had some white paint somewhere, but can't find any, so Use some of this silver. That should be fine. Hopefully this stuff is good. This stuff is like a few years old. Just need a little bit to paint on it. Alright, that's good enough. 12.5 for the fronts, 14.5 for the rears. The spring retainers are the same. Goes all the way down. There's our front. And rears. And they're calling for 2.5 millimeters of preload on the front and 0.7 millimeters of preload on the rear. I'm just going to do turns and we'll see what happens. 1, 2, 3, 4 turns here. Do 5 turns. 5 turns is 2.5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 0.7 millimeters for the rear. Maybe 2. It'll be hard to measure this. Maybe 1. Probably just leave it 1 turn. can't measure the rear, so we'll just do one turn of preload in the rear. That should be all right. All right, time to put these things on. Bag 13. Got some spacers, so just put this on real quick. Front we have 13.6 bushing, 13.4 1.5 millimeter shim. Two 10 millimeter screw. Need 1.5 mil shims. And 10 mil screw, which is in between. Those and these. Imagine these are going to be very hard to press on here while they're on the car. So, I need my shop pliers again. Actually going to use tools on here for what they're supposed to be used for. Put that in there. Just like that. Look how easy that is when you have the proper tools. Orientation of these adjuster caps. So I have my two fronts here. We got one pressure screw on the left side and then one pressure screw on the right side. So for ease of adjustment, the one with the screw on the left side, I'm going to put that on this side. That way the screw is accessible on the outside. Yeah, I'll check the screw included for the rears. If I have to get a longer screw, I'll probably have one. But thanks for the heads up. The front is supposed to be second outside hole. Screws to the top? Yes, there are. That's the short screws. That's for 13.1. front shock's done. Looks pretty nice. We'll do the back. Two. 13, 3, 12 mils. So I mean, this screw looks pretty long, but we're supposed to put a spacer behind it. We'll check it right now. Looks like it might be all right. There's about like that much thread that needs to go into the plastic arm, so I think it should be all right. Might want to double check because there's two 12 mil. That's going to be the longest in bag 13. That's for the rear arm. The top of the rear shocks uses a 6 mil, which is the shortest included, but the bottoms of the rear lower arm, or the rear front arms, uses a 10 mil, so a little bit shorter than the bottom of the rear. But both of the tops should use the short 6 mil. So maybe you ended up using it for the front lowers instead. What's going on, Jason? This goes second to the inside. Once you get it snugged down, it maybe feels like you can use another millimeter or two, but yeah, that should be all right. Okay, get this out of here. Move this back up. And yeah, I think this thing's like pretty much a roller now almost. So servo horn, the kit comes with a servo saver, which is not particularly desirable in the RC drift world. So They give you the correct mounting position on the version 2 aluminum horn to match the stock servo saver. I have this horn coming in Wednesday. I don't have it yet, so in the meantime, I'm going to be putting this AGF RC, right? Should be one of those servo companies, but it's a similar looking horn. So I'll just be using that until Wednesday when my version 2 black aluminum horn comes in. I don't have to worry about bag 14. Bag 15 has some hardware for linkages. Probably need to pick up some more ball cups on Wednesday. So I'll get bag 15 in the meantime. I mean, I'll try the stock ball cups for this and see, because as long as this is moving free, there's not too much articulation on the servo linkage. Pretty much stays one level plane, so I might just use the stock ones for now. As long as they don't give me any problems, I don't have an issue using them. These are the stock servo mounts, nice blue matching ones. I got some wrap-up next posts from Ike, so shout out to him. I'm going to be using those instead for the servo mounting. And the blue servo mounts, I'm going to try to use for body posts. To mount magnets on, probably somewhere in the front. Tighten one screw down, forgot to tighten this down. That's tight. So yeah, I'm not going to use the stock servo mounts, or at least not use them in where they're supposed to go. And I'm going to be using the wrap-up next for servo mounting. I'll build this linkage and we will see if I end up using it or not. Otherwise, if not, I'll have to wait until Wednesday to get the Rev D ball cups for it. Countersunk. Alright, I read that wrong. Let's see. Servo. We have 2 of those and washers. And then the long screw should be for servo horn. I'll have to see if these, I'm not sure if these are the exact same size. Oh, lucky me, they are. So I can do the upright servo mounting here. I'll just assemble these. We'll wait on the electronics, because might do a little poll for you guys, whoever's still in here watching. I'll just do the poll on our Instagram story. I'll let you guys vote on the electronics there instead. This is supposed to be one this way, one this way. No other way. There's that. Might need a shorter screw for that. Keep those in the bag for now. 11.4 on the servo linkage. Getting down to the last parts of this build. Like the bumper, I'm not even going to really put on probably. Rear post I'm not going to use. We'll put the diffuser on. So bag 17. Let's see what else we got in here. That's the bumper bag, turbo saver, rear diffuser. And you need the motor plate and body clips you don't really care about. 19, some wheel spacers, wheel nuts. Yeah, I can worry about that later. We're just trying to get the diffuser out of here. Let's see if I have some part there for this. It's supposed to be countersunk, sweet middle. that. And the last thing we have to install is the motor plate. So stock pinion is 22. I have recommendation from Hector to use 31 tooth. So I'll try the 31. But yeah, this is pretty much the last piece, and then we have a somewhat rolling chassis. One side I just have to go into the shop on Wednesday and check for some parts. Oh, I might have a screw that I can use here from this pinion. So I might be able to get at least the axle back together. Yeah, I might be able to use that. So 2 8mm for the motor. Looks like those ones. Oh, these are all 8mm, so slide in like that. One there, one there, one there. And this motor plate in backwards. So it sits like that, yep. Alright. 10.5, yeah, we'll see. I have a couple options for motors. I was gonna maybe do a poll and let you guys pick what electronics go on here, but yeah, I have 10.5 and 13.5 options to go on here. So not dead set on a motor yet. Might start off 10.5 though. That's just what I've been using for past few months. But yeah, this is pretty much done now. I'll do the axle right now if I can. That screw that I got from the pinion. Take this screw out. Going on Team Bash, whoever is watching from that account. Get the crease again. Got the 1-up gold grease again. Yeah, nothing's polished on it yet, but if they don't start making some blue parts, might have to polish some parts instead. We'll see. there. I've pretty much done all that I can do on here until Wednesday. I mean, I can pop the bearings in here real quick, but I don't want to lose the hexes or anything. Yeah, that is pretty much the knob here, guys. She's about ready. Maybe I'll put the battery holder on. Let's see if I can get to the motor. Yeah, I can probably put the battery holder on. Thanks, Shine Hard RC. This is going to be a little bit of a challenge with the hardware here. Drop these spacers on here. Yeah, the knob's pretty cool. This will be my first blue chassis personally that I've kept. I had an SD 3.0 that was all blue that I was gonna keep, but I just decided to sell. So hoping this is gonna be somewhat of a long-term chassis. So I already did the knuckles in the front. I'm eventually going to do the 5R slide rack. I basically eventually will probably convert it to 5R spec. So that'll be the slide rack. I'll switch to the Y knuckle in the front, which is an alternative knuckle. Probably going to do something different for the rear lower arms. Definitely going to do something different with the front upper and lower arms. The hubs will be dependent on whether I decide to stay H-arm or do A-arm. So we'll see once I get there. But yeah, I'm gonna do some upgrades. Luckily, it comes with a couple of things out of the box. Comes with the dampers, comes with the shock tower front and rear, front bulkhead, and then adjustable rear suspension mount. So I don't have to do a whole lot. But yeah, there are some parts that I plan on doing. But I did want to try to run it as close to stock as I can to start out with. Yeah, the spacers are pretty difficult to get lined up. And I'm doing spacers and hardware under the front too, so I have to watch that also. But yeah, this setup is kind of tricky to get all the spacers lined up and everything into position. But I'll get it eventually. I also have the gear diff in the rear, so that was another sort of mandatory upgrade for me right out of the box. Yeah, the knob definitely special, you know, limited run of blue stuff. It's got the plate in the front and then the engraving on the bottom. So yeah, the knob's definitely special. Want to do a little special body for it also. So it should be cool once it's all done. But yeah, I'm pretty much just buttoning this thing up. It's pretty much done. Just needs electronics. Which almost at 3 hours on this stream, so I might call it and maybe do the electronics on another stream, or I'll just do it when I have time. Yeah, it took about 2 streams to get this done. I mean, if I was just building it on my own, I probably could have had it built a little bit faster, but yeah, I just need it done for the beginning of next month so I can take it to Oregon with us. But other than that, yeah, it's been a pretty good build. Tighten this up and I'll give you guys a look. I have one linkage that I have to wait on for the rear, so I can get some ball cups on Wednesday, but yeah, it's pretty much all done now. Let me see if I can zoom this out a little bit. So yeah, looks pretty good. Might mess with the front alignment a little bit before I start driving it, but we'll have the motor here, the ESC and the ESC plate right there, and then battery up here. So I actually want to, we'll do real quick before consider ending this. I'll get this out. I'll zoom this back. I want to do some little weighing of stuff. See if I can find that brass plate right here. So, got a couple of the electronics here, so anyone that started rear-wheel drive drifting probably within the last few years, this is a bit of an unorthodox layout for a lot of people, having the motor inline down on one side and then usually the battery will sit here. People will be kind of skeptical about an imbalance of weight, so I wanted to see if I could weigh the motor side versus the ESC side and see if we can get a combo that's pretty close. I don't have the wires on the ESC right now. I have some wire that I can put on there just to have a placeholder. Let me see what I got. Yeah, so this should be about enough to cover probably what the wire is going to weigh. Capacitor's already on there, so we'll weigh the pinion fell off. I'll grab it. I got that one right there. Might have been one of the weights. Yeah, it might have been one of the weights. If I need that one later, I'll find it. But yeah, I wanted to just weigh kind of these two side by side and see if I can come up with a combo that evens both sides out. So this is in grams. I weighed a couple motors before. They all weigh surprisingly about the same. This one's pretty close. Yeah, they all come out to about 180 grams, if you can see that. It's about 177 grams for the overdose motor. So 177 there. We'll go ahead and get some of this. So brass plate that I was thinking about putting on there, 43 grams there. The ESC puts it at about 133. I'll add some of the wire because that's going to weigh something. Wire puts us at 165, so we have about 8 to 10 grams to kind of make up for it, or 8 to 15 about. So I'll just start putting some of these on there. I have pretty much one of these, I think, or two of these actually. Yeah, those are two stuck together. 171, or we could just do one of the 10s. Yeah, just about. So yeah, I mean, if you add this plate on there, so I'm gonna have the ESC on this plate and the plate will bolt to here. That way, if I ever need to take the ESC off really quick, I can just unscrew this plate and then I can just pull the ESC off. But if you have this plate, your ESC, granted I have a pretty big capacitor on there, aluminum case, so that adds some weight, and then factor in the wire. It's already pretty close side to side. Yeah, the servo sits on the front on the right side too. If I switch to the 5R rack, I think it's possible to center the servo. But yeah, out of the box, I mean, if I do this layout, the side-to-side weight, where you would think it's unbalanced, still pretty even. So I'll consider putting some of this weight on there, but I don't think I'll need too much extra on the ESC side to balance out the motor. I think maybe like one or two of these should be all right. Yeah, just about two. So maybe I'll just do 2 somewhere. So yeah, it's not bad. Yeah, so I also remember I don't even have double-sided tape to stick this down with. Gyro receiver, ESC. So I may wait until tomorrow or Wednesday to do all the electronics. But I'll take a picture of everything I got tonight and I'll post on our story and we'll do a little poll and see what you guys think I should put in here. But yeah, that about wraps the knob build up. Pretty cool kit so far. Might mess with a couple things off camera, but for the most part, I think it's pretty much buttoned up now. So thanks for everyone for tuning in to part 2, everyone that tuned in part 1, everyone that tuned in just watched me build this thing, my new personal car. You know, thanks for tuning in for the live stream and coming to chat with me. Appreciate it. This was pretty fun. Maybe if I have something else to build later on, I'll do another live stream. But yeah, that pretty much wraps it up. I'll post all the electronics I have on our story and I'll get a little poll going and maybe you guys can pick the electronics for me. But yeah, thanks for tuning in and I'll see you guys next time.